So yeah, we're just going to do a quick fabrication video. Basically, for those of you who have seen that Datsun 1600 video, Andrew's one, the one that's got the SR20 DET in it. We're basically going to be replacing this crappy old 10-year-old radiator, which is, well, it's seen better days. These fans were well underpowered. They weren't actually cooling the motor down when it got to temp. So to combat that, we've just got a alloy rad, which is just a cheapie off eBay. This is all I've ever run on my cars, had no problems with them in the past, and they're still going strong. So you know, I think you paid about 200 bucks for this, as opposed to a couple of quotes up near $1,000 to get one custom made. So what this is, it is actually made to fit a Datsun 1600. Obviously the outlets are different, so what we're going to have to do is chop this one off, blank it off, and then put it in here coming out that way to suit the bottom rad hose for the SR20. And then the top we'll do the same thing, so we'll cut that off, blank it off, and then we'll do another 90-degree one which will help the SR20 top hose come into it. So yeah, the good thing is the mounting brackets are all pretty much spot on. We checked it in the car obviously before I brought it back to my place to be modified. And to address the cooling issue, we've got this big bad 17-inch Durali high output radiator fan. I run a pair of 13s in my ute. I run one of these, but I think it's a 12-inch in my Forester, and you know, bang for buck, and also for packaging, this is only about, I think, 70, not even 65 mil thick, and it puts out 2500 CFM, 2400 CFM. Alright, so I've got the outlets cut off, as you can see, and I've also cut the old ones off the old rad as well. So what we're going to do, I know it's obviously not the best, but we're going to make use of them and make another 90-degree like this. So it'll basically be this coming out with one of these welded onto it, and then we'll 45 it, and we'll 45 both of them, and then make a 90 like so, just like this one. So that'll be basically over that side. So before I go any further, I'm going to cut some alloy, grind that flat and stitch them up, make them look all neat, and then we can get on to fabricating up these little outlets. So I've got the inlet fabbed up and fabbed to the radiator, as you can see, and also the outlet fabbed up and fabbed. Well, actually this one was already at 90 degrees, you probably saw, but I've now welded that to the rad. So this is still a bit hot. So the next thing to do is to get this mother of a fan and make up a shroud and a way of mounting it to the radiator. you have it. Complete. Finally. You'll be seeing this go back on the Datto very soon. Alright guys, we are officially finished the custom radiator install, as you can see here. It certainly does look right at home in this car with all the other nice custom stuff. So as you can hopefully see, we've put a bit of foam between the shroud and the radiator to add a bit of extra sealing. And if you can see down here, you can see what little clearance we have between the front of the crank pulley and the fan. That is literally about, that is torquing, it's literally about 10 mil. And you can see here, we've got the Davies Craig fan controller mounted to the shroud itself, and some quite neat wiring down here. So we're basically pulling our constant 12 volt, our high amperage load from the back of the alternator, because that's basically all we had in the engine bay, which then runs up into this auto reset circuit breaker, 50 amp one, and then into the fan controller. And then the fans are being triggered by the existing thermo wire from the ECU, which you can see down there. But yeah, that's it. It's all finished, looking neat. So now we've just got to put this intake pipe back on and hopefully it all fits up.